Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be talking about some of the crashes that I've witnessed as well as some of the ones that I've actually been in, and I think this can be a really valuable video for any beginners out there or even some advanced riders. So let's get into it. If you've been watching my channel recently, you might have noticed that there's been a couple of crash videos just in like the recent month, which is crazy. Like usually since I've been riding, they've never been that close. And if you've been watching since the beginning of my channel, you even know that I've been in a few crashes. Today I'm going to show you guys a bunch of those clips, every clip that I could recover possible of the crashes I've seen and the ones that you'll see from first person point of view of the crashes I've caused myself. So let's get to those clips. They're going to go in right now. The most notable thing that I always take away from a crash, one that I've experienced, one that I've seen, is just like the disbelief that goes inside my head that I can't even believe it. It amazes me how my mind perceives these crashes as like fake, and this can last for the first few seconds to even minutes for me, and I can't believe the mind, actually thinks something that just happened in front of you, you can't even believe it's real. Every time I go riding, and if you're a rider as well, crashes can happen, and they do happen. There's a lot of statistics that show the crashes, thousands of crashes that happen every year, but it just still catches me off guard every single time one happens. It's just a huge surprise. Another thing that I've noticed, especially with the crash that just happened, and it's actually the worst crash I've ever seen, it's of my friend who crashed his R6 at around 60 miles an hour and kind of went off the road and crashed. You'll actually have to go check that video out. I'll probably put the link down in the description. And the thing that I really took away from this crash is when something severe happens, or especially one that looks very severe, when I was coming to a stop and about to get off the bike, my mind was just completely blank. I didn't have a game plan, and I think that's something all of us as riders, we need to kind of think about if a crash does happen, because trust me, they really do. Even if you think it's not going to happen, you have to have a game plan to act either for yourself or for others who have crashed. One thing I've noticed about all motorists, including motorcyclists, whether you ride a moped, a scooter, even bicyclists, people who drive cars, I think everyone should try to carry some sort of first aid. And especially for motorcyclists, ones that are enthusiasts, like me and my friends, because a lot of these roads that we end up riding are far off. There are these nice country roads with good corners and not a lot of traffic. But the problem with that is you're not going to be able to receive a lot of any type of medical attention for a pretty long duration of time. So if you do have some sort of first aid that might save your life, save a limb, who knows what it's going to do, having that ability to apply some sort of first aid in that situation is very crucial, and if you're going to save someone's life or save them from a permanent injury. I know a lot of us, I have a Yamaha R6, and a lot of us ride sport bikes, dual sports, all kinds of bikes, and one thing that they all lack typically is an ability to store a lot of things. But I've done some research online, and they make pretty small first aid kits, so even if you have that, try to get one of those. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. I'm definitely going to have to order one at some point, because I don't want to be out there and not have any type of tool to help me in those situations. From the few crashes that I've experienced myself, the one thing I noticed, especially with the crashes where, all my crashes are basically wheelies, there are a few that are different, but it's like, you're riding right on that edge, and I think that translates a lot to even riding on that edge if you're going into a corner really fast, and you slip out, just one thing puts you out in that area where you can't come back from. And I always realize when in those moments where I'm sliding across the concrete or wherever, sliding across the grass, it's just like in your mind you're thinking of the million different ways you could have saved this and made it different. So that's definitely one thing that if you're going to crash, or if you've experienced crashes, you've probably experienced that same feeling before. So those were some of the things that I've taken away from crashes, from ones I've done myself and ones that I've experienced. But what I'd really like to know is just what you guys have experienced, and if you've seen some bad crashes or been in some, please comment down below. I'd love to hear from it. I like to just hear the motorcycle community, everyone's experiences, because I think it helps everyone, from the beginners to the advanced. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe. Ride safe, guys. I'll see ya.